All right. Yes, sir, man. What's up, everybody? It's been a while, man. It's been a minute. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like a week and a half, something like that. Hope y'all doing well. It's your boy Mambo with the Big Dog Command Room. Like, comment, subscribe. You already know what it is. You know, I know it's been a while, man. Your boy been traveling. And also, it was a short week for us as commanders. Um, but, you know, I'm back at it. You know what I'm saying? The grind don't stop. You know, life happens. But, you know, they don't change nothing. We're still commanders. You know, still Washington. I got my blankie. You know what I'm saying? The Redskins. Got the trash can. You know, because we doing some reflecting. And myself. You know. And so, like, you know, what we doing this week, you know, this Wednesday is a type mashup, a week 6 and 7 mashup of reflection and you know, review, pre-game, post-game, all those things together. You know what I'm saying? So let's just get into it, man. I talked about last week the Titans game, bro, and how upset I was and how over it I was, you know, and I feel like it's a recurring theme with this team, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, where it's like this is like a point in every season for us where it's just like the season is over, we just might as well just give up and, like, you know, forget about it. And then something happens and we just like, okay, like maybe the season isn't as bad as we thought it was. The season's still salvageable. And then, you know, we go on this little run and figure out how to get to the playoffs. Like, all for us to lose in the first round, which I'm not speaking. I don't want that to be the energy that's put out there or the words that's put out there over our season. But, you know what I'm saying, our coaching has to be better. You know, that was all kind of contingent upon that Titans game. You know, we still couldn't move the ball, still couldn't get first downs, still we're just having so much trouble. And it's literally gone down to one coach. Like I've talked about, it goes down to Scott Turner. I mean, Ron is Ron. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes he's not gonna manage the clock well. Sometimes he's not gonna call, you know, he's not gonna call challenges at the right time, timeouts at the right time, but we can't help all that, you know. But we can definitely change who we're calling as a play caller. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've talked about everybody. I don't really want to go rehash that, like, you know what I'm saying. But that was just like, it was just definitely a turning point. I felt like in the season where it was just like, man, like either something had to change or we have to get way better. You know what I'm saying? And then he just goes like on to continues on talking about. I mean, he misuses words, but it's still, he just put his foot in his mouth by talking about like, oh, what do you feel the difference between the NFC East, the rest of the NFC East being successful? And he's talking about quarterback. It's a quarterback-driven league. Like, what are you talking about? So are you blaming your quarterback? Did you not mean to blame your quarterback? What are you doing? That's how it's going to look and perceive to everybody else, even Carson Wentz. And shout out to Carson Wentz because he's probably the most critique quarterback that's ever played in recent years, outside of like Tom Brady maybe and Aaron Rodgers. Like, I feel so bad for the guy, like, you know what I'm saying, because I wanted him to be successful here at least so he can continue a career, because it's like, you know, you dream of going to the NFL and you dream of playing in it for a long time and being remembered as a great quarterback. But, you know what I'm saying, unfortunately he just hasn't had the fair shake, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's probably the most unsuccessful quarterback ever to play. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. Like, you lead teams to the playoffs and all that, but you don't help them win the Super Bowl. You lead them playoffs and some of their best records, but, you know, getting injured, and then other players, like, you know, just like, you know, another player comes in and carries that gauntlet for you. So it's unfortunate, man, but it is what it is. Let me look at. Um, so we. Oh, that was actually week 5. I'm sorry. That was week. It's week 5 and week 6. Mashup, whatever. Just want to see. De'Ami Brown, man. I'm so proud of him. The positives, like there was so many positives, man. Wild Goose was playing good. Well, I was like, okay, way to recover from the Eagles game. He was Wild Goose was doing this thing, man. Jamie played well. Cole had 15 tackles or something like that. He had, I'm sorry, I'm slicing, 16 tackles. Okay, De'Ami Brown, bro. He caught that deep ball, that first one, and he still almost dropped it. Like, this would get him on nerves, but at least he caught it, man, and ran it in. And then that one-handed one was crazy. Like, I'm just like, bro, if there's any more of what he's gonna do, I need to see that, like, for real. You know, Curtis played well, Terry played well. Did because he got some. Gibb played well. It was good to see Brian Robinson back, man. He talking about the hardest intro. And this is a hard story, bro. Like, you got shot twice. You fought off some daggone robbers and stuff like that. And you only out for like a little bit over a month. And you're back playing football. Like, that's hard. And then the intro, like, with Many Men, I had to listen to it a couple times, like, after that. Like, I was just like, yo. And then him getting shouted out by 50 Cent is just so dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was really a good story. So many good storylines in this thing, man. Like, Montez Sweat had 2 sacks, going crazy. James Smith Williams had a sack. F.A. Abada had a sack. So many James, man. Like, Deron Payne he had half a sack, and Jonathan Allen had another sack. We had 5 sacks. Like, it's so impressive, bro. And then, William Jackson got put out, and then, like, we played pretty well. Like, even though we didn't play any, like, real receivers like that, played pretty well, man. Cam Curl's a dog. Fully played well because he didn't play any receivers. Yeah, the defense just played good, man. They did enough to keep us in the game. The only thing that broke the Camel's back was daggone. As soon as we score a touchdown, we just need you to make one stop, and then this dude Bob McCain don't even forgot how to play defense and just watch the guy catch the ball. I was really confused when I was watching. I was like, how was he supposed to guard that? And then I was just like, guard the ball. Like, at a certain point, you don't just be running trying to play freeze tag with the dude. Like I said, you got to catch the ball. You got to go after the ball. Even if the guy's bigger, you go after the ball. You have a percentage of a chance to knock the ball out and keep it from being a completion. The offensive line played better. Carson Wentz didn't play terrible. I think he had an interception. The snaps were bad. Yeah, he had an interception. But I think it was like a batted ball or something like that. It wasn't like straight to the thing. Oh no, it was an interception. And how can I forget? Like, you know what I'm saying? I get all my games mixed up. I'm not about to reflect about it. I was trying to find the positives. The reflection for the Titans game are all positives. Great team effort. We came out better than I thought we were. We didn't come out really flat and whatever. And what we did that first drive, but like after that, we kind of did enough to stay in the game at least. So it's still a lot of work that needs to be done, but it's a change. So that was it. That was that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hold it off to trash can stuff for a little later. But now I'm about to transition to the Bears game. The Bears. I didn't know. Well, actually, before that, man, the day of, what was the other news? It was 2 things. It was 2 things. Oh, William Jackson talking about he wanted to get traded and stuff like that. I don't know how valid it is. how accurate it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the reporter and stuff. I'm just talking about it because it's been talked about. Shoot, man, I hated that. You know, he didn't pan out here. If he doesn't stay here, because I was hoping to see like that kind of like second half of the season type play from him that he had last year. You know, like this year, but it's looking like he may not be here. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. You know, if it is, hopefully, fortunately, we can get some draft capital for him, and then we can try to make another more changes to that corner. Um, and I just really want us, like, whatever draft position we hear, or whether we draft really high or draft really low, I want us to draft a cornerback in the first round, or just a top level cornerback. You know, like like some like for real. Like, I mean, I would like to get another Ben St. Juste in the later rounds, but I want us to get a top one. I don't want us to play around with that anymore. Like, like in all this bargain bin shopping is annoying. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. The other news, man, this dude Dan is just. It's like, why? It's just like he just constantly finds ways to just mess stuff up, even when he's, oh, I don't have my hands on anything and stuff. It's just like, what are you doing? I'm at a conference. This is why, one of the reasons why I didn't, like, put out videos, because I was at a conference. I'm in the middle of the conference, like, looking at my phone. Stuff is going crazy. On ESPN's going crazy. The first thing I see, oh, Dan says he has dirt on all the NFL owners. And what are you doing? This is the craziest thing. And I had no words, bro. I was just like, what? And then this is the day of the game. So it's just like, if we didn't need anything else, like, you know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, like, I don't think it was enough news, like ground shaking news to like affect the actual team. Because it's something that's outside of football, technically. It's more of the operations, not the actual players on the field. But still, it's just annoying. Like, can we just go a whole year? Can we just go a whole decade without having any drama? Like, I know it's impossible, but hey, it is what it is, man. So the Bears game, man, I caught some of it. Like I said, I was at a conference and I didn't know that it was on cable. Because I'm thinking like it was on Prime Video or whatever, but actually it is on cable. So I was trying to catch it on my laptop, and then I started catching on my phone, and that was back and forth with it. But from what I've seen, the defense played really good. Like, it was a couple times we were at the goal line, or like, within, on in our territory, and we made some good stops. And of course, from what I seen, like, our offense was not functioning well. Like, again, it was an ugly game. Carson Wentz only had 99 yards. Just like, ugh, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm happy Brian Robinson got his first touchdown, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It should have been last week, literally. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're at the 2-yard line, and who else do we have to run the ball? Like a Derrick Henry type guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not saying he's a Derrick Henry size or whatever, but he's a big running back that he could have got those 2 yards. But we're not talking about that game. We're talking about this game, I'm sitting there, I'm watching the game. I don't know if it was on my phone or the place I was at. Justin Fields just rips off a run, bro. And our defense been playing well. This man rips off a run and like takes it down. I'm like, oh yeah, he about to score. And like, luckily we was able to make a stop, but it's just like, that was probably one of the biggest runs we had this year with a running quarterback, you know what I'm saying? But he's not no joke. Justin Fields, I really liked him. I wish we would have got him that year, but we got Jamin instead. And I think he got drafted way before. So it was what it was. Montgomery had a crazy run on us. Like, that was a crazy cut. I mean, I don't even know how you defend it. Like, for his vision to see that, like, it was like literally almost like a 90-degree cut. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's running this way and then he's out. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was great. I like the Bears, man. Used to play with the Bears back in the day on Madden. Like, with Matt Forte and all the guys, Johnny Knox and Devin Hester, all them, like, you know what I'm saying, Jay Cutler. They used to be my squad, but we're talking about the Redskins. I saw Wild Goose do some plays, make some plays again. You know, the defense played good. James Smith-Williams had some blocks and stuff like that. I think Deron Payne had a sack. Let me see. Um, Cole Holcomb had 12 tackles. Wild Goose, I forgot. Yeah, I was looking at this. Wild Goose he was the second leading tackler. This is surprising, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad he's very stepping up. Which I was saying, I would rather. Who else would you rather have? I mean, if Danny Johnson and all these other people, Cornell, they were not working, would you rather have some young guys that you can develop and grow and are potentially good for us? Or you just get some random guys off the street, or Danny Johnson, or the same things we were doing before. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy with that. Ted's got another sack, got 3 sacks now. He's kind of caught up with everybody else. Cam Curl got a sack. I was looking for the highlights of that. I think he probably just knocked the guy out of bounds. Jonathan Allen had a sack. F.A. Obata had a sack. Deron Payne had a sack. He had 5 sacks again. You know what I'm saying? So our defense has been playing pretty solid, especially our defensive line. It's not something that we need to be worried about. Jamie Davis had 4 tackles. Derek Forrest had some great defensive blocks. I mean, pass breakups. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm really happy with how he's developed, especially in the back end. I was very concerned about how he would be in the back end because, you know, from the scouting reports and stuff like that, that was saying that he would get lost in, you know, play actions and different things like that. But he definitely was a reason why we were able to make that goal line stand. I think he defended 2 passes and stuff. And then Benjamin St. Juice, the MVP, literally the MVP. What a defensive stop, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're just like that close to daggone losing the game. Like, you know, man, what a play. The strength and all that too. Like, you know, I think it was a tight end, stop a tight end from, you know, pushing you over, like, you know, into the end zone. Just amazing, man. Yeah, man, like, everybody's been playing well. The defense just has been really holding us down, bro. I had no complaints. Check their Rio. Scott Turner sighting. I mean, Cole Turner sighting. Great catch, like, you know, down the seam. I seen Gill had a good run. I was happy about that. They need to just play our running backs more, man. Curtis Samuel was stinking it up. I don't know what he was doing, bro. Like, every time I was looking up, he was dropping the ball and stuff like that. It was just ugly. I didn't like what I saw from him. That's the worst game he's had here so far, even when he was injured. Yami Brown didn't really get when he got 1 target. Yeah, Terry, all those things. I don't know. I mean, going into this game, I was like, you know, we shouldn't lose this game. Like I used to say, I said that about the Jags. I said that about the Lions. You know, I felt the same way about them. But at the same time, part of me, to be honest, was just like, you know, it's kind of messed up. It wouldn't be the Big Dog Command show without the dog barking. So, part of me was just like, I hope we lose. So, like, they'll just fire Ron and we can start over, like, you know what I'm saying? And we get a high draft pick, but it's kind of like, I can't give up on the season before it's, like, not possible to give up on the season, you know? So, if that makes any sense. But, yeah, man. I'm happy that we won. It wasn't a pretty win at all, like, you know what I'm saying? But it was a necessary one to kind of get back on track because 2-4 sounds a lot better than 1-5. Like, you know, 1-5 sounds like the Jaguars, like, or whoever, the Jets. I mean, both those teams are better now, but those just kind of like when you think about those numbers, you look at those type teams. But you know, hopefully we figure it out, turn it around. I feel like we could have a good shot with Green Bay, but I'm not going to go talk about that yet. But we'll see, man. You know, shout out to them for getting that win. It was a great victory just to have. You know, good to see. I definitely saw that on the television, like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to miss that. Yeah, man. We getting through this drama. Oh, that's what I was thinking about. But it's one thing, unfortunately, out of the result, I don't wish injury on nobody. You know, but, you know, Carson Wentz broke his finger. and so he's going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks. And I'm I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm excited about this. Like Heineke playing. I know he has a noodle arm. That I know he does annoying plays. He has plays where you be like, what the f, But that's my dog, man. Taylor Heineke is forever a legend to me. He had some of the best quarterback play that I've seen here. Um, you know, for any quarterback I've seen, since I can remember, and then especially in the playoffs, I'm watching this guy in the playoffs. I'm just never heard of him, anything, outside of the I think the Panthers game, and it's just like, who is this guy? And then the pylon jump, I was like, yo, this dude is crazy. I forever remember that, what I'm saying? Like, I remember where I was at, what was going on, everything. And, and even the season, the game winner with the game winner with the Giants and with Ricky Seals-Jones and then the game winner with the Falcons. Like, I will forever remember those things. Like, Heineke is a legend for Washington in my eyes, forever. You know what I'm saying? Whether he stinks it up this year or not, he really just gave us some glimmer of hope or just excitement, and that's all I can ask for. Even if we don't make it to the playoffs or anything like that, at least just make football exciting. I'm tired of these Alex Smith check down things and Carson Wentz, and not saying it's all on Carson Wentz, but these little dumb screen plays and unimaginative plays that Scott Turner's been calling. I feel like even though Heineke can't make all the throws, he's gonna put himself out there, and he has enough weapons. He's never had this many weapons to get to them. If we could just figure out a way to help cater to his strengths, what I'm saying, make routes that cater to his strengths where he can still get to the weapons but with his arm, then I'm excited to see it, man, because he's not afraid to let it fly. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see what he's gonna do. I mean, I'm there for. I'm rather be on the Heineke roller coaster than the Wentz roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? Just saying, because that one actually has hills and stuff like that, and you know what I'm saying, you can actually get off the ride, after you don't get stuck upside down or whatever, But yeah, man, Heineke, man, I'm excited, bro. And he's going to play Green Bay again. I feel like he might play well against them again. And we'll see, you know what I'm saying? Not getting my hopes up, not getting my hopes, too low either. Just kind of even kill with it, you know what I'm saying? Taking it one game at a time. But since we went 2 weeks at a time, here we are again. See the trash can? See where we at? Titans and the Bears. Bro, even though we got the dub one, we was 1-1 these past 2 weeks. We got a loss, we got a dub. Even with the sweet victory, we on to the next one. We on to Green Bay. Forget about that. Move forward and do what we gotta do. Again, it's your boy Mambo with the Big Dog Command Room. You know what I'm saying? Hope you didn't miss me too much. Shout out to the people that watch, even if it's 5 seconds of it. Till next time, comment, subscribe, and peace, love, and hair grease.